Hey, good afternoon. Ron here with Precision Sail Loft, doing a new sail walk around for a Passport 40. And what we have here is our Precision 500 series Dacron with a couple of full battens, 2 partials, 3 reef points, and offshore package. So this is a really nice sail for a Canadian customer that happens to keep his boat just over the border in Point Roberts, Washington. So let's take a quick little walk around here. Start down here at the clew, and we can take a look at this corner. Let me just get this umbrella out of the way here. Let's take a look at this this clew corner. Now he does have the offshore package, so here we have the reinforcements with the webbing and a nice good sized clew ring. Now just in behind that webbing you can see that we do have leather that protects that corner as well. And we'll just kind of walk a little bit down the foot here and take a look at the double foot tape. Now this is all the way around the sail, so on the leech and the luff as well. So that certainly going to help out in the long run. And so let's just take a look at this block corner with the radial corner on top of it. And notice our radial corners are additions to our block corners. Notice the double row of stitching around the outside. This is going to be a rock solid clew corner. And now we'll walk up to the first reef point. There are 3 in this sail. So notice this reef point is identical to the clew corner. So we've got the radial, the block patches, webbing. The only thing that's missing on this is the leather around it, but it's not needed because it's not going to chafe because there's going to be sail underneath it, obviously. And we'll take a look at the first partial batten. Take a look at the reinforcement where that batten ends. Make sure that it doesn't kind of poke through the sail. And we'll take a walk up. Reefing point number 2. And on this one, we won't pay attention to the corners much, but the reef belts that go across, this is part of the offshore package. Daryl does do it quite a bit on a lot of sails. And just take a look at the reinforcements that we put on that with the 2 squares kind of turned a bit so that they're offsetting each other. So lots of reinforcement on those reef points. Come up to partial batten number 2, reef point number 3, and notice these reef points are exactly the same. We don't really see the difference between a reef point, a clew corner, tacks. They're all the same. It's just we're trying to reef down the sail and make it a little bit smaller. So here we are, full batten number 1, as it goes all the way across. And as we kind of walk down the luff, we'll take a look at that batten configuration a little bit better. And of course, part of the offshore package, we have the leech seam wedgie. So as winds come up, this is a seam that is very common that it fails when you're overpowered. That wedge keeps that seam together so that it doesn't come apart in heavy winds. Take a look at the triple row stitch. It's actually quadruple. Let's take a look at that, quite nice. Draft stripe matches the gentleman's boat. And there's the full batten number 2, right up by the head. Now we'll just take a look at this head with the tri-radial and the patch design. Really, really nice the way this is put together. This is going to be a rock solid sail for this gentleman. So here we go, look at the head. And this is a steel slider up right at the head because there is quite a bit of pressure there. And as we come down where there's a little bit less pressure, we've got the nylon sliders. They slide quite easily. And then here is the batten receptacle, and on the batten receptacle we go back to the steel slider because there is a little bit of pressure there. But something I wanted to kind of draw your attention to is the way that we sew on our sliders. This is the attention to detail that we focus on. This slider doesn't move around, so it's always perpendicular, and which is going to help in the long run for making sure that it goes up up the main track. Here's the other batten receptacle with the metal slider. rock solid. That thing's going to be fantastic. And then we'll just kind of scoot down. On the reef points, again, metal sliders at each one of the reef points. And on the nylon sliders, same configuration, but look at the reinforcement around that slider. So although it doesn't see the same amount of force as perhaps where the battens are or right above the reef points, but we still make sure that those things are going to not cause any damage. Okay, so something else to kind of pay attention to here. There's another piece of Dacron there. Hopefully you can see it. It is the luff belt that comes up. There is a leech belt, but it was kind of hard to see because of the reef points. But that goes up vertically. That's a feature that is part of the offshore package. Really does disperse the forces kind of up the sail and gets them out of the corner and protects that as well. So here we are at the tack with the Cunningham. Reinforced webbing and the radial corner coming out of it. There you go, guys. That is Precision 500 series Dacron for a Passport 40.